This game genuinely caught me off guard. I went in expecting a calm, story-driven experience, and ended up jumping out of my seat more than once. Project Songbird mixes curiosity, mystery, and horror in a way that really stuck with me, and honestly, I haven't stopped thinking about it since I finished. You play as Dakota, a musician who's been through something traumatic. She retreats to a secluded cabin in the woods, trying to reconnect with her music, and find that creative spark again. But instead, she finds something else. The majority of the game plays like a walking simulator. It actually reminded me a lot of What Remains of Edith Finch. You'll spend most of your time exploring, uncovering pieces of the story, solving light puzzles, and slowly putting everything together. But it's not just walking. There are moments of stealth, a bit of action, and some genuinely tense encounters that completely change the pace. What really surprised me was how effective the horror is. The forest feels calm and peaceful at first, but there's always this feeling that something just isn't right. There's one enemy in particular that looks like a statue, but when you're not looking at it, it moves. And the sound design here is incredible. Hearing the deep, heavy, raspy breathing behind you, or knowing that it's getting closer, genuinely made the hairs stand up on my arms. At its core, though, this is a very personal story. It's about trauma, memory, and trying to find your creative voice again. As someone who creates things, that really hit home with me. That feeling of losing inspiration and trying to hold on to the drive to keep going. This game explores that in a really meaningful way. The voice acting is fantastic across the board, and every character feels like they actually matter to the story.
You know, the kids are fine. Listen, I wanted to call you about that song you sent me last night.
Yeah, I figured.
You know, we talked about this, Dakota.
Now, I will say, the main plot is a bit predictable at times, but where the game really shines is in its twists. There are some moments later on that genuinely caught me off guard, and I'm still thinking about them today. Performance-wise, playing on a base PS5, it ran well overall. There were a few small hitches here and there, but nothing that really took me out of the experience, and visually, it looks great, especially considering it's from a smaller team. I also went for the Platinum Trophy, and it's pretty straightforward overall. There are a couple missable trophies in a single playthrough, but the game does have a New Game Plus mode, and it actually lets you add helpful modifiers like faster movement, unlimited ammo, extra health, which makes cleaning it up really easy. Overall, I loved this game. It balances mystery, horror, and emotional storytelling really well. It genuinely surprised me, it scared me more than I expected, and it stuck with me in a way that not many games do. If you're into story-driven games with a bit of horror, and you don't mind being a little uncomfortable, I definitely recommend giving Project Songbird a try. Thanks so much for watching, and as always, happy gaming.